Let me ask you a simple question. If I took the annual incomes of your 5 closest friends, added them up, and divided by 5, how close would that number be to your own annual income? If you're like most people, the answer is uncomfortably close. Now, this isn't a coincidence. This is a formula. I've said for years, and it's one of the most important truths for success you will ever hear. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This isn't just about money. It's your health. It's your ambition. It's your happiness. The people you allow into your inner circle are either lifting you up to their level or you're all sinking to the lowest common denominator. Today, we're not going to talk about finding new friends. We're going to talk about a more difficult and far more important subject. We're going to talk about subtraction. This isn't about being cruel. This is about being the CEO of your own life. And sometimes a good CEO has to make the tough decision to let people go to save the company. Your life is that company, and here are the 3 types of employees you need to fire from your inner circle, or I promise you, you will stay right where you are forever. Friend type number 1, the eternal skeptic. You know this person. This is the dream killer. You come to them excited with a new idea, a new business, a plan to get in shape, a goal to double your income, and before the words are even out of your mouth, they're shaking their head.
They say things like, "Are you sure that's a good idea? That sounds awfully risky. 90% of new businesses fail. My cousin's friend tried that once and lost everything." They disguise their poison as concern. They call their doubt being realistic. But what they are really doing is projecting their own fears and limitations onto you. The skeptic is a person who has already decided the world is a scary, limited place, and their primary goal is to convince you of it too, so they don't feel so alone in their mediocrity. Spending time with a skeptic is like trying to build a fire in the pouring rain. Every spark of ambition you have, they douse with the cold water of their negativity. You cannot build a castle while your closest advisor is telling you the foundation will crack. You must limit your exposure. Friend type number 2, the comfortable loser. Now this one is more subtle and far more dangerous. This person isn't necessarily negative. They might even be a very nice person. That's what makes them so toxic. This is the friend who has given up on growth but has made peace with it. Their philosophy is good enough. My job? It pays the bills. It's fine. My health? Could be better, but who has the time? My life? Hey, it's not so bad. At least it's Friday. They have traded their potential for comfort, their ambition for the familiar. And the danger is that their comfort is contagious. When you're around them, your own dissatisfaction starts to feel unreasonable. Your own ambition starts to feel like a foolish struggle. They normalize stagnation. They make the comfort zone feel like the only destination. By spending your precious time with someone who is settled, you are subconsciously giving yourself permission to settle too. They are an anchor disguised as a warm blanket. Friend type number 3, the entertainment junkie. This is the friend whose life revolves around the next escape, the next party, the next season finale, the next vacation, the next night out. Their main question is always, what are we doing for fun?
Now, let me be clear. There is nothing wrong with fun. Discipline and fun are not enemies. But for this person, fun is not a reward for progress. It is an escape from the lack of it. Their primary goal is to distract themselves from a life they aren't excited to build. And they want you to be their co-pilot in distraction. They will trade your future for their present entertainment. Every time you try to dedicate a weekend to your new project or an evening to reading a book, they are the voice that says, "Come on, live a little. You can do that tomorrow."
But for the ambitious, tomorrow is the most expensive word in the language. The entertainment junkie doesn't steal your money. They steal something far more valuable you can never get back: your time. So what do? You don't have to call them and say, "You're fired." It's not about a dramatic confrontation. It's about a quiet, deliberate reallocation of your time. You manage it like a resource. Here's the plan. First, audit your big five. Be brutally honest with yourself. Who are the 5 people you give the most time and attention to? Second, recategorize. You don't have to cut people out completely. You just change the level of access they have to you. For the skeptic, the loser, and the junkie, you move them to limited association. You see them for 30 minutes for a coffee, not for a 3-hour dinner. You don't have to be rude. You just have to be busy. Busy building your future. Third, and this is the key, you must proactively seek expanded association. With your time now freed up, you must find the people you want to be the average of. Find people who are playing the game at a higher level. Join a mastermind group. Go to a seminar. Find a mentor. Invest your time with people whose conversation is about ideas and growth, not about complaints and gossip. In the end, it all comes down to a choice. You cannot hang around chickens and expect to learn how to soar with eagles. It's a law of nature, a law of success. The pain of editing your circle of influence is a short-term price, but the pain of looking back in 10 years and being in the exact same place, that's a price that lasts a lifetime. Choose your associations carefully, for they will, without question, determine your destiny. If this message was valuable to you, subscribe to this channel for more principles on wealth and personal philosophy, and click the notification bell so you don't miss the next lesson. Now, I have a question for you. Leave a comment below and tell me, who is one person, living or dead, that you would want to add to your big 5 to raise your average? Think about that. Thank you for watching.
Feel the beat as we climb high. Champagne sprays, let it fly. Sweat drips down, bodies collide. Dance like no one's watching, lost in pride.